Hey my friends, it's your friend Kevin. Welcome to all of you. This is your divine inspiration for today. Alright, so we're going to start off with a few of the credits. Happier Me affirmation cards by Arion, the Kyle Gray brand new, the 22 Archangels Oracle deck, and then the Archangel Power Tarot Deck by Radley Valentine. This deck I'm using for the card of the week. This deck I'm using for the card of the day. We'll start off with and my isms. I'm on a journey of love and fearlessness. I tend to the garden of importance, and I am always with my inner being. And everything is wonderful. We are in a number 7, universal number 7, angel numerology day, it's where the angel numbers and the science of numerology kind of come together. What I've discovered about numerology is that, it's a lot of one word type of energy that depicts it, and then the angels bring a special message that goes with a number. So in our number 7, it's a meditative, wisdom, charming, studious, focused, introverted kind of day. It is about spiritual quests, and possibly ones that need to be tweaked, corrected, I should say. It is also about making good life choices and decisions, particularly regarding material matters, because they leave us with this idea that things are always getting better and better, those sort of decisions. Divine magic is happening on a number 7 day, which is today. The doors of opportunity are opening on a number 7 day. It can also mean that if we're in this mode of indecision, that leads to non-action. It also leads to procrastination. And it can be one of those things that the indecision gets in the way of the decision that we need to make good life choices, if that makes sense to you. Sounds a bit like gobbledygook to me, but still. So the suggestion really is to meditate. Let's get to the cards. Happier Me affirmation deck by Arion. Our card of the day is asking for help is a great gift I give to myself and others. And here it goes. Admitting that you need help shows strength of character. It makes a great man. It takes a great man to let go of the ego and accept the guidance. The ego will always fight for its survival. It's always up to you if you let it win. It's always up to you if you let it win. That means if you're giving into the comfort zone, the fear, I can't, I won't, I don't, I shouldn't, oh my goodness gracious, what am I going to do? Which talks to the number 7 day. And incidentally, I shuffled and picked the card off the top like I do normally. Let's see where our card of the week. Wonderful. Orion, manifestation vortex. Sometimes we have to decide what we want based on where we are and what we're not getting. What we don't want shows us what we do want. And Orion is basically saying, listen, I am between the realms, and if you want certain things, you need to put it into the vortex, start speaking words of positivity, and let that energy be what attracts it to you. Orion is part of the Thronans, Sandalphon that takes the prayers to heaven, and Metatron that collapses time, expands time, that goes with us, like moving things forward. This is a forward movement kind of day. All right, let's get to our Angel Power Tarot cards. And Gertrude, I see you. It's weird. They're sort of in a kind of a city area, so I get a feeling that they're business-like. Beatrice is business-like too. It's sort of like I see buildings and yes, they're saying that all the busy work around you needs to stop, because these two are sitting in the middle of like a courtyard that looks sort of peaceful, like you would find in an inner city. A little bit of grass, greenery, a bench, that kind of thing, like a park. but there's big buildings and lots going on around them. She's saying this is the image of peace, tranquility, looking for it, finding it. Beatrice is saying the chaos of the mind needs to stop. The chaos of the busy work needs to stop. The gotta go here, gotta go there, gotta do this, gotta do that needs to stop. We are getting distracted by what we're being told. We're getting distracted by what we're being programmed. It is causing all of us to feel a little off center, out of balance. And so she's saying, treat yourself, go get a service that is for you, massage, manicure, pedicure, a Reiki treatment, energy work. All right, I think that's enough shuffling. Yes. Take the card straight off the top. The wheel. Well, we have our lovely Archangel Jeremiah. And what I love about this deck, and what I have really not got invested in, but I am more so now, I like to choose cards, decks, messages that are a little new, a little different, or at least new to me, or I haven't seen in a while, because I feel like it challenges me as a medium, as an energy worker, to not get in the comfort zone, to not kind of repeat the same silliness, or I shouldn't say silliness, that's wrong, the same thing over and over and over. All right, so Archangel Jeremiah and the wheel. So new beginnings. It's the end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness. Okay, so I'm going to say something to all of you right now. Yes, I chose Orion last week. The number 7 day is a scientific formula by adding the 5th month with the 30th day to 2024. You get the number 16, which reduces to a 7. And then by combining numerology and angel message numerology, I get that message I delivered to you about balancing things out. Well, the wheel with Jeremiah is, in a way, asking us to make decisions that move us forward, that move us on into the next phase. Number 10 in the major arcana is like halfway through the deck. And so Archangel Jeremiah gives us a little opportunity to review where we're at, look at what we're doing, and then sorting through. Now, you can also apply that to our almost 4th quarter moon that we're entering into. When the moon goes from a full moon, which is what do I need to release and let go of? At the full moon, do that, take my fears away and bring in my confidence. And then we move on into the last part, the last phase of the moon until we get to a new moon. Coming up, I think, June 8th, somewhere in there. This is about reviewing the things that we have, but more importantly, going inward and deciding where it is that you're lagging behind. And I know this sounds like, again, we got to do this. Yes. I say yes, and I say yes, and I say yes. Growth is happening. Change is occurring. Faster. And so this constant need to reevaluate, review, Mercury retrograde gives us a chance to do that. And we're entering, or we're already in the sign of the sun sign of Gemini. And Gemini being ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication, that means we have to talk to ourselves. We have to think for ourselves and about ourselves. And the thinking, first of all, you talk about it. You chit-chat with what it is that's going on. And you think about how you feel about what's going on. And then you allow that to evaluate what goes on next. The decisions you make today is going to affect tomorrow. The thinking you do right now will become the manifestation that happens next. This is it. And this is the only time, not the only time, I shouldn't say that. This is a time that this stuff is incredibly important. Incredibly important. And not just for those who are in a spiritual business. It can apply to you if you're looking to launch something, to want to be serving other people. Let me go over here. I do like this. I'm on a journey of love and fearlessness. If that was your affirmation, that's good enough. If you were then to say, I've got Jeremiah with me, I got Archangel Michael protecting me always, that beautiful color of cobalt blue. I like opulence, and I like abundance, and I like things that, like, okay, I am going to, this is where I'm at, the life review, this is what I've been doing, this is what's been happening. I'm the one that makes the changes. I'm the one that has to turn around and decide what's next. New beginnings, end of delays, change in direction that offers happiness. What brings you joy? Why don't you have it if you don't feel it? What brings you happiness? Why don't you have it if you don't feel it? And we can always get to the what ifs. We can always get to the, well, if this, if that, if this, if that. That's the ego. The ego makes up all kinds of excuses. Let's see. If you've ever managed anything, if you've ever been a leader of anything, or even if you've worked with other people that involve a team of people, right? And you hear it all the time. Somebody shows up late or doesn't show up. Or even if they're meant to do something for you and you trust that they're going to come through and they don't. What's the first thing that you hear when they tell you? The word, I'm sorry, right? Usually, I'm sorry. Okay, you're forgiven. But then right after it comes this litany of reasons, or not, I'm using this as an example, why. None of that in there is sort of a responsible response. Accepting I'm late, and I'm going to own up to it. And I'm going to say I was responsible for showing up to do this and I failed. But I want to give whoever, whatever, I'm just using these as an example, a way to figure out how to make it up. Now, that's responsible. That's honest. I think that would give me a chance that, all right, well, you know, things happen. They do. They always do. And the point I'm making with this is, you've always got choices when the decisions that you make. Some are based on love. Oh, happiness. Oh, joy. Oh, give me more of that. Oh, give me more, give me more, give me more. Let me have it. Let me feel it. And some of it's based on fear. And the fear is definitely attached to the ego. One opens the door to freedom, opens the door to opportunity, opens the door to everything you could possibly imagine. The other keeps you stuck, trapped, not doing anything. And it's a big leap when you're used to being put in this box. A big leap. So I hear you saying, I got goosebumps. This is where my girl Gertrude and my girl Beatrice, that I don't know they're actually girls, they're just energies that I happen to figure out how to organize it in my head, speak it in my mouth to bring it to you. These two. That's where they come together. A bit of frivolity is okay. Also with wisdom. If the happy, happy, joy, joy giggle box inside your head lifts you up, that's what you need to do. Find ways that today you find that joy and that happiness. And if that is laughing out loud till you almost pee yourself, do that. Because it shifts that vibrational energy. And if you ever notice, oh, more goosebumps. If you ever notice, when you shift it, when you lift it, when you open it, everything is like a whole different color. It's all psychedelic now. And that's what gives you this idea to move on. This is why the word yoga, not to change the subject, works. Yoga, the word, means to join, to bring your mind, thinking, thoughts up here in the brain, and your feelings, your emotions, what you're feeling right now by what you're thinking about, with your physical body, the asana. And that doesn't have to be a yoga pose that you can't get into, but the practice of yoga does stir up the pot a bit. It does cause you to get wherever you are. You'll find out where you are when you start to practicing yoga. You'll find out exactly what's going on in your life. How you show up on your mat is how you show up everywhere in your life. Everywhere. You can do yoga running because it's a physical activity. And the other piece to that is begin with a meditation to clean out the mind. And if you're meditating and you find your mind going blah, 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 you can't shut it down, which happens, find a guided one. This is why music comes, to lower that vibrational energy, to get you in that alpha state that our good friend, she's marvelous at doing this, Vicky Loper, who does the Healing Artist. She's got that where she paints and she's totally in the alpha. And she studied this in college, so she knows her stuff. Then you meditate. Now you're going to get to really what's happening. And then you go to the action, the physical action, the lifting the heart rate, anything you do has to be those three things to join them together. I hope I'm not making sense. If you go on my website, you're going to go over to the events section. You'll find an event on June the 14th. The tickets are on sale now. It is happy hour at the Woo Woo Lounge. I am opening the Woo Woo Lounge probably the last or second Friday of the month. On Zoom, where we all gather together and do some card readings. I will bring a focus to it. What is the focus? Haven't yet thought about what June's focus, but I think it's just an opening, a gathering, a happy hour, a time maybe that is to study happiness. What brings us joy? What brings us happiness? And why don't we have it? But go on the website, www.kevincross.com, and then you can buy your tickets there. All right, my friends, until tomorrow, big love to you. Bye for now. Hey everybody, we hope you've enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe and share it with all your friends. Here's a QR code if you decide you'd like to get a private personal reading with me. I'm available most evenings and on the weekends. Just go over to the website, book in what session, 30 minutes, 60 minutes, and then fill in the contact information and I'll be back in touch. And if you feel kind enough, here is a link to my donation button. Energy exchange of any amount is always gratefully received. Until next time, be well, be blessed, and thanks so much for watching. Bye.